You'll recognize our next guest from TV shows like Soul Food and Lincoln Heights and hit movie Stomp the Yard and his popular DVD series Darrin's Dance Grooves.
I love those DVDs. He's an actor, choreographer, and author of the new book, Ain't That the Truth? Darrin Henson, welcome to Arise 360.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
I love that title.
Thank you.
Yes.
Ain't that the truth?
Ain't that the truth?
That's the truth.
Yes.
All right.
Very intriguing title. It has a subtitle. Ain't That the Truth? Acknowledging, admitting, and inviting truth into your life.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us what we can expect and what truth were you trying to let into your life?
It's really about positive affirmations. Certain people get involved with it's right or it's wrong. I just say it's affirmative. So you want to be able to move forward in life. You want to be able to see what you see, make a decision, and move forward. And that's an advantage point, I believe. It's seeing what you see and moving forward, not pretending it's something opposite of what it is. I see what I see, I make a decision, I move forward.
Why do people not do that? What holds them from doing that?
I think most of the time it's fear. Fear stops us from living out our dreams or our personal legends, as Paulo Coelho would say, right, in The Alchemist. You have to learn how to live out your personal legend, but you have to be able to remove fear in order to do that.
You have a lot of great quotes in this book. Do you have a favorite?
I mean, all of them in there are very dynamic. One that I use all the time, as you know, I'm involved in health and fitness as well. And it's a funny quote, but I say, it's not that diabetes and heart disease runs in your family, it's just that no one runs in your family.
Oh!
So it's fun
Harsh,
stuff.
but true.
It's fun. They're fun quotes and they're fun affirmations, So.
Well, that was classic. I love that. I will be using that often. What inspired you to write this book? Did you have a moment when you thought to yourself, I need to share all that I've learned over the course of my life and career?
Absolutely. I believe the giver's hands are never empty.
Okay.
And I wanted to be able to give opportunity to people to develop their own life and strategies for their own life. And to me, that's important. I speak to my fans all the time, and I enjoy doing so. And I wanted to be able to have a communication with them by having the book out and create dialogue. I answer my emails all the time that the fans send in, so it is a way for me to have one-on-one conversations with my fans in dialogue.
You mentioned Paulo Coelho and The Alchemist, one of my favorite books.
Amazing.
Let's talk about your journey, though. How do you end up going from the world of choreography to the world of acting to writing a book? Take us through it.
Intention. I grew up in New York, in the Bronx. My dream was to work with Michael Jackson.
And you did.
And I did for a full year. And when that dream was realized, I said, now I have to create more dreams. And I worked with other artists, as you know. One of my next dreams was to win the MTV Music Award, which I did that as well. So what I saw was that I tied myself to my intention and trusted the process. Now that's huge. Tying yourself to intention and trusting the process. And that's what I did. And after that, I said the next process would be acting. And then Soul Food came along.
Oh, let's talk about Soul Food. Did you have any idea it was going to become such a huge hit?
I didn't. I loved the film itself.
Right.
When I actually auditioned for the role, I had very little acting experience outside of television commercials. So what I did was I got at that time, the VHS, and I was in the hotel.
Oh,
and,
VHS.
Yeah, a VHS. What is that, right? What is that?
So sweet.
So, exactly,
VHS.
the VHS.
Yes.
And I locked myself in the hotel room for 5 days, going over my lines. But really what I was doing was studying Mekhi Phifer's movements, his clothing style, and I took that with me in the room. I was taught that acting is a private moment in public. And that's what I did. I stayed focused on what Mekhi did, and I knew that if I went in with that intention, I would win the role. And I did.
Did you have any idea that your dance DVDs would be that huge? I mean, more than 3 million copies sold. My goodness.
Removing ego, the answer is yes.
All right.
I knew that I was good.
How did you know?
I felt it. I paid attention to what I felt. I mean, we have these emotions for a reason, and you have to trust them. This was the thing, though. When I put Darrin's Dance Grooves together, no one believed in it.
What was the initial reaction?
I shot the idea for a whole year before it got picked up.
Really?
And I was actually the choreographer to these these stars already. I helped to build their reputations. Britney
So
Spears,
why were people
NSYNC.
saying no?
I think because it was before its time. You didn't have reality shows with dance shows on. You didn't have Dancing with the Stars. You didn't have any of these shows. No one had ever seen that before. The biggest person who had an instructional video was Billy Blanks.
Ty Bo.
Yeah, Ty Bo. So, and actually, I was inspired by Billy Blanks. I was sitting down and I was watching it one day, and I said, no one's ever done this with dance. So I sat down at my computer, and I wrote out the treatment for Darrin's Dance Grooves. And then about 2 months later, I went and I actually shot the DVD itself, and then started to shop it. And I remember Boris Kodjoe and Rockman Dunbar sitting in my living room, and they laughed at me. And they tell the story all the time. They laughed at me at that time. And I said, this is going to be huge. And they were like, yeah. They laughed at me.
And you laughed all the way to the bank?
And I laughed all the way to the bank.
Can we expect more of those DVDs?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Really?
I'm always dancing. I'm always choreographing. Right now, clearly, it's a little bit different. I do it from the health and fitness perspective, but it's absolutely involved with dance as well. I'm still choreographing. I just finished choreographing for a wonderful artist named Michaela.
All right.
And she has a song called Strawberry Kisses.
Well, you mentioned Michaela. You mentioned all these people. Britney
But she
Spears,
didn't
Michael
mention
Jackson.
Lola or Shannon.
So we need to get in there. Can you choreograph something for us real quick? Just teach us a few moves.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll put you on the
Absolutely.
spot.
And this would be
Kick off my
great for
shoes.
you. This would be
Right.
great for you and your little one who's hanging out inside.
Yeah.
And anybody at home can do something
right.
like this.
Okay.
It's gonna be a light movement. So we're gonna
Okay.
step and forward and back and forward and back and forward and back. And now we're gonna take 2 rolls to the right and 2 rolls to the left.
Okay.
Let's put that together. Ready? And forward and back and forward and back. Now roll, roll, now roll, roll. Good.
Okay. I got that. Yeah.
So,
And
5, 6, 7, 8, and forward, and back, and forward, and back.
Now roll.
Now roll, 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 roll. There you go.
I got it.
There you go. And you can do your hand with the belly. You go roll, 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 roll. There you go.
Oh, that's fun.
Drop it like it's hot with the
There you
roll.
go.
Wait a minute,
There you go.
calm down.
Give me the arms right there.
Can you teach us one more thing really quickly?
Sure.
Okay.
We're gonna go step to the side,
Side.
step back,
Step back.
Okay.
and slide,
Side.
and slide. So step side and back, and slide, and slide. One more time, and stop.
Now,
and
while you're
back.
teaching us this,
And
you have to tell us about what's
and
next. I
slide.
heard there's a Chocolate City
Yes,
movie coming
yes,
out. The black
absolutely.
version of Magic Mike.
That's right. Myself, Michael
Oh,
John
yeah.
White, Tyson
Uh-oh.
Becker,
Black
and
Magic
Richard
Mike.
Shaw.
You're going to be doing these dance moves
Yeah,
there.
we're gonna be doing some dance moves in there.
Are you taking your shirt
And
off?
step.
Uh-oh.
And back. Yeah, there's
That's all
very
she
little
cares
clothing
about.
in the movie.
We see what your intentions are with this
Yes.
movie. Look, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
joining
so
us and
much.
showing us some
Thank
dance
you.
moves.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so
I'm
much.
gonna keep dancing.
Working on mine while
You're
we're doing
watching Arise Entertainment 360. Oh,
Now roll.
There we go. There we go. There we go. And then you can throw a little salsa in there.
Oh.
There you go. Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.